The final book that I've chosen to read for this school year was What If Loki Was Worthy? The author is Madeline Rokes, and it has 320 pages. It came out in 2024 and was published by Marvel. Let me just say this book has no real connections with the famous Marvel movie universe, other than the characters that they share. There are many different events in this book that differ from the movie universe, like all the character backgrounds, especially Loki's. He has a different backstory in this book than the movie. But I'm still going to use the movie characters' photos because it's much simpler and the comic photos differ a lot more. The genre of this book is fantasy sci-fi fiction with a splash of mythology. This book is heavily targeted to Marvel fans, and therefore it's perfect for me, and I did buy it, so it worked. The POV changes throughout the book to the different characters, and I always want it to go back to Loki, but I have to go through the cycle of Loki, then a different character, Loki, then a different character, Loki. Yeah, that was sad. That was frustrating, but it was a good storyline, so. But no matter what, it stayed in third person. And now it's time to explain all these characters. So, Loki, he's our main character. He's the Prince of Asgard and the Nine Realms. He is the god of mischief and lies, and has a running record of playing tricks. He currently has a deep vendetta, well, he always has, against his brother Thor, for being the golden child. Loki has some lovely green magic that he can use. Illusion, everything. Thor is Loki's brother. He is the god of thunder, he wields Mjolnir, and he is favored by all of Asgard, and especially their father Odin. And he's also next in line for the throne. Speaking of Odin, he is the king of the Nine Realms, he is the father of Thor and Loki, and he obviously favors Thor more, and always seems to be mad at Loki for some reason. Can't put my finger on it, maybe it's because he's a trickster. And then Frigga, she's married to Odin, so therefore the queen, and Frigga always takes Loki's side because she notices Loki's unfair disadvantage compared to Thor. Runa is an Asgardian Valkyrie. A Valkyrie is a powerful woman warrior that rides on a Pegasus, and she has promised something to Thor. Two things, actually, but I can't say either of them or they'll spoil the book, but she dislikes Loki too. Tony Stark is a genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. He currently sells weapons, but has a brilliant mind to build things. And finally, Happy Hogan is Tony's security guard and best friend. Loki, like I mentioned, is very jealous of Thor. Loki has recently found out that he is adopted, but this is not directly stated on the book. This is based off of clues and previous knowledge of everything, mythology and comics and movies, everything. It's there. He is taking that out on Thor because look at Thor, he's the golden child. Oh, yeah. Loki wants to make Thor look like a fool, so when Thor goes down to Midgard, aka Earth, Loki sends this robot called the Destroyer down with him. The Destroyer starts a rampage, and Thor and his friends, Sif, Fandral, Hogan, and Volstagg, Sif and the Warrior 3, try to defeat it. That's when Happy Hogan steps in the way, and with a Stark weapon, but is killed. Then Thor tries to save somebody and dies. Word gets back to Asgard, and someone snitched on Loki that Loki sent down the Destroyer down to Earth with Thor. Odin is furious, obviously. He had just lost a son, and takes away Loki's magic and sends him down to live on Earth, despite Frigga trying to talk to Odin and plea him not to do it. Loki is obviously depressed because the one thing that makes him him is gone, his magic. Loki's now a human, which is hard to deal with because Asgardians don't like humans. They think they're puny. And there's also the fact that he had just lost his brother. He didn't mean to kill Thor, just hurt him. It's hard to deal with. Loki now lives in a trailer in New Mexico. That's definitely not as good as a golden castle in the skies. He finds companionship with a gecko named Brian. No, not that Brian. Brian spelled with a B-R-I-A-N, not B-R-Y-A-N. Not the human, the lizard. Well, this lizard goes with him everywhere and is his closest friend, which is so sad. It's so much more depressing. Ugh. This is where Runa is introduced. She has promised Thor from Valhalla, which is heaven for Norse gods, that she would clear Loki's name because Thor thinks something is fishy with his death, and find Mjolnir, his next owner. That's the part of the book that I did not see coming, and I'm not telling, but she goes to Loki, who does not want her help and wants to just live alone in his sad, miserable life. Here comes Tony Stark. He is also blinded by grief and swears revenge on whoever killed his best friend. I'm not going to say any more about Tony because this main part is at the end of the book and everything I just mentioned is in the first 50 pages. But keep in mind, Tony is the main villain other than grief and regret and depressing stuff. This book has many self versus self conflicts within each character. Loki is struggling with the pressing guilt of accidentally killing his brother, and he doubts himself because he is a worthless human. Tony deals with his grief over his best friend and the pressure to get revenge. And most importantly, there is character versus character. This is the final battle between Loki and Tony. This book covers many themes like grief, forgiveness, regret, and worthiness. These are all huge topics in today's world, making people struggle with them, especially teens. Many find Loki very relatable. Not the having magic part and accidentally killing your brother, maybe, possibly, but what emotions he's gone through. Loki struggles with all these themes throughout the book. His character development is one of the best I've seen or read. He went from being a jealous prince to a grieving human going through the motions of being a human until a journey throws him into finding his new self. I can talk about this book all day, but I have to end it somewhere, so I love this book. It has many references to movies and mythology that I picked up, and I love when books do that. The author did a great job of making you feel connected with these characters. I really recommend this book to anyone who likes magic and a great journey.